So first of all, for the topping for this, I like to add texture and crunch. So I toasted up some hazelnuts. You can toast nuts in the oven or on the stovetop. You could also use almonds or pine nuts. I'm bringing a big pot of water to boil for our pasta. For mushrooms, I'm using a good 1.5 pounds because they cook way down of mushrooms combined. These are cremini mushrooms. You can use any mix of mushrooms you like. These are called hen of the woods, or maitake is another name for them. You just pull them apart, just like that. So I'm cooking up a combination of the two. When you cook mushrooms, do not salt them. Add your olive oil and butter to the pan, that's what I'm cooking the mushrooms in, and let them brown completely before you add salt. And then we're going to add to them our shallots. Now that they've browned and gotten to where they're going, now we can add in our shallots, drop in your garlic, some chopped rosemary goes in there. Now we can generously salt and pepper. Now we're going to add our Marsala, fortified wine from Italy. And the flavor of the Marsala, 2 slow turns of the pan is how much I added. And as we cook with spirits, of course, the alcohol begins to burn off and the flavor concentrates as the product cooks down. Then, if you want to keep this vegetarian, use a nice vegetable stock, homemade or store-bought. If you're not a vegetarian, you're just making this dish because it's tasty, I like to use a little bone stock. Beef or chicken would work here because of the meaty flavor of the mushroom. I happen to have chicken bone stock here. A little bit of that goes down in. Aside from the mushroom and the Marsala, our other star is mascarpone. So this is a soft, really rich cheese that will turn this into a creamy, glorious dish. You can also substitute creme fraiche, would work as well. You're adding basically a lot of delicious fat. I'm gonna stir this in, and then my secret ingredient, it sounds weird, but it's delicious, a little squirt of Dijon mustard at the very end. When you drain your pasta, always drain your pasta 1 to 2 minutes less than the package directions for al dente, which means to the tooth. Then we married the pasta to the sauce by adding 1/2 mug of our starchy, salty water. It's sitting in the pan with all the mushrooms, the Marsala, and the mascarpone. The mascarpone's lonely, so I'm gonna give him a little visit from Parmigiano Reggiano so they can hang together. It just smells insane. All right, now we're gonna take the big baby, put him into a big bowl. Yes. Hit it with a little bit of parsley. Grassy flat leaf parsley is a lovely finish to that. Our crunchy hazelnuts. And then, a little bit more cheese because it's pretty.